Hello everyone, and here we are at the Orville Airport where I'm going to do a very short demonstration on how to do a rocket launch. First we're going to res our platform, and so you get up on the platform, and if you press this, the elevator will show up. The elevator will stay resed for 1 hour unless you use it, at which point the 1 hour timer will reset itself. So if you just leave it alone and don't do anything, it lasts 1 hour. Once we come in here, there are a couple of buttons. You can switch your lights on that way, and you can res the rocket. Once the rocket is resed, the next step is to look at this map here. Now, the green represents the location of this map room where we are standing right now. So if I were to press right there, as you can see, the apogee is being shouted back by the rocket. That means the rocket has received these coordinates, and it will try to aim for a point that is directly above where we're standing right now. And that's just about 10 meters from where we're standing right now. So we will probably land somewhere around here. But we want it to land maybe over here. So I'm going to put that, or maybe a little further, as the target. So this will be the middle of flight, the very highest point. It's going to launch, go up to about 3,200 meters. Here it will cut off the engine, and then it will fall and continue its momentum, and hopefully will land somewhere around there. The next thing that you do is these 3 switches. We fill the oxygen tanks to full PSI. We turn on the battery bank, and we start the loading of the alcohol fuel. Now while it's doing that, I am going to go up on the rocket gantry. We just walk on here, and we click the elevator. And you can open the door and sit like so. I'll just click the door again and close it. So if you are sitting in an orientation that you don't like, you can press, or you can type adjust, and that will give you this menu. It's a little strange because we're actually sitting at a strange angle here. But you can adjust your location. So the alarm sounds, and you can see this light starts spinning and flashing once everything is fueled, primed, and ready. So at this point, we can start the countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It goes straight up until it reaches a certain velocity, at which point we'll go into throttle up. At throttle up is where the guidance system kicks in, and you should be able to see up here. Now our X position is starting to change as we're going to be seeking our apogee point, which is right around here, as I recall. Okay, we've reached main engine cutoff. We've ejected the rescue rocket, and now we're going to start our inevitable downward part of our ballistic arc. Once you reach a certain velocity, the rocket starts to get very hot. As you can see, we're in re-entry mode, and we're surrounded by a cloud of burning plasma. So that's normal. It happens every time. The chute deploys at about 700 or so, but we're going so fast that it takes quite a while for it to actually slow us down. So we're pretty much right on target. This is, I think, exactly where I expected that we were going to land. Once you do land, the last thing you can do is blow the hatch. And then if you want to exit the capsule, then you'll be standing outside the capsule. But if for any reason something doesn't work right, you can always say reset, and then it puts us right back on the pad. Now, the one caveat with the reset function is that it will, the rocket is no longer fuelable at that point. So it will bring you back, it'll reset everything, but then we need to click the rocket res button and de-res the rocket. So let's put another one, a fresh res, and we are going to, this time, instead of aiming for a point over here, let's see if we can aim for a point in the next sim over. So if I look on the mini-map here, we can see there's a sort of a water area right here, a little bit beyond the sim border. That's right about there, if you can see where my pointer is. So I'm going to put my apogee point right there. I think that might land us in the water. Now there are islands, so we're taking a chance here. Maybe we'll hit an island, but let's fuel our rocket and see how we do. Now we left the elevator up here, so I'm gonna have to touch it again. So you might be wondering, well, do I have to press the button every time? The answer is no, and you don't have to open the door either. You can just sit, and once the rocket actually has an astronaut that's sitting on board, and it's fueled, which means this is on, and the board will show green. The board shows green there. Once all of those conditions are met, the rocket is ready to go. You can type go for launch. As you can see, we've now turned in the direction of our apogee point. The rocket is capable of crossing sims pretty well. I think the most I've done is 4. But in order to do more than just one adjacent sim, and in order to do more than 2 sims total, you would need to launch from a point that's much further away. So, in other words, going from this corner to that corner, and not straight at the corner, but in a skewed fashion, you might be able to get just enough momentum to carry you through this sim, the next one, and then maybe into the last one. And that's kind of how we do it when it comes to doing crossing of sims. One of the beautiful things about this is that it's never quite the same. You could aim for several different points and it shows up different every time. Now, if for some reason you decided you did not want to enter an apogee, the rocket would launch straight up and then it would come down to land back on the pad again, which sometimes is desirable. So the way to do that is just not to enter an apogee. So we're just coming up on the sim border now. I think we're going to do pretty well. It looks like there's a lot of water there, so yeah, we're just about there. Once we pass 255, yeah, we're in the next sim. So let's just see how we do. Oh, the chute deployed as normal. Everything's good. Looks like we're going to have a pretty good shot at a good splashdown, although we are kind of carrying into what looks like an island. So, one of the problems with landing on an island is they tend to have a hilly profile, and then it just kind of messes everything up. You tend to tumble, and so let's just see how we do here. Okay, not bad. So the last thing I'm going to show you is once the rocket has, or once the capsule has landed, you can, if you happen to have our Sikorsky H-34, you can use it to pick up the capsule. Put camera 3 is usually best for that, so we'll just get a little bit more altitude. I type hook, which will make the lifter hook show, and then we just maneuver ourselves so you're directly over the capsule, which is just about there. Maybe just a little further, a little lower, and then you type grab. Oh, no, we didn't quite make it, looks like. A little further in. Grab. Okay. Alright, we just about have it down. Once it's just in a gentle area, we'll type drop and hook again. And I'll just put down the bird and we'll be all set. So, thanks for joining us. I hope you have fun flying the Mercury.